Good evening, dear students. If you're able to hear me, just if you can put thumbs up in the comment box or just like the video, it'll help me understand that yes, you are live. So yes, hi Hemachandar, hi Ashik. Thanks for the message. Hi Surya. Right, so I'm live and you're able to hear me. First of all, heartiest congratulations to each one of you who have cleared May 23 examination. Your hard work, your efforts, your family support, everything has worked, and you are now a CA finalist. Correct. Now, there are a lot of things that students have in mind. There's a lot of confusion, this new syllabus, transition, someone is from direct entry scheme. So there are a lot of questions that we have been getting. And I thought the best way to address them would be to come live and directly talk to all of you. Hi, Aarti. Hi, Raghu. Hi, Gaushika. Welcome, everyone. So first thing, there would be a lot of concerns about articleship and all of that. So I'll address that as well. There is a lot of confusion around self-paced online module. That also I will address. And then, when can you write your CA final exams? How should you plan articleship and all of that? So all of these areas I would be addressing. Apart from that, if you have any more questions, any other questions, you can just put it out in the comment section and I'll be taking those questions towards the end. Right. So for those of you who have passed, and now a lot of you would be doing IT OC training, and a lot of our students are also doing, information technology and the orientation classes. And now the confusion lies as to what kind of firm should we join? Should we join a large firm? Should we join a mid-sized firm? Should we join a small firm? Now, I have done other videos in the past as well to give you a gist of the things you should look at when you are choosing between a large firm or a big four versus a medium-sized firm. It's not mediocre, okay? A lot of students keep on saying that mediocre firm is a negative connotation. It does not mean a medium-sized firm. Mediocre means it's actually in negative, below average kind of a performance, okay? And small firm. Now, two of the things you need to keep in mind. First, you should choose a firm where you get diverse exposure. I'm telling you upfront, don't choose those kind of firms where the work is only related to income tax return filing or GST return filing. If only that is the thing, then it doesn't make much of a sense for you to join. Look at firms where you get audits, internal audit, statutory audit, tax audit, then return filing, compliances, a variety of work where you get. That is the firm, or those kind of firms is what you should choose. Now, given that the articleship period for those of you who have passed is 2 years, so in that 2 years time, you should try to learn as much as possible. Okay. So first criteria, don't just look for return filing firms. And how do we get to know what kind of firm will give us variety of exposure? Talk to your seniors. Talking to your seniors is the best way to understand the kind of work exposure you get in different types of firms. And hence, it is very, very important to get in touch with your seniors, whoever we're doing, CA, and, to check with them what kind of, work they are offering. Now, another big confusion which lies, and that is, almost every student, sir, big four or no big four. Now, it is a completely a personal choice. Big four will give you good amount of corporate exposure. They will give you a lot of exposure around work, how work happens in organization. You will have to work really, really hard, right? So yesterday I was speaking to one of our earlier students. So it's like 10 o'clock in the morning till 10:30, 11 in the evening. Sir, no time to study at all. Okay. So that is the kind of work you get. But then you get exposure to listed entities. You can audit, you can be a part of audit team of listed entities. You get to understand, various structures in organizations. You will understand how the work has to be documented, how the work moves from one level to the next level, what kind of reviews happen. So all of these exposure, what you get in a big four firm, you will not be getting that in a small size firm. Some of that exposure you will definitely get in mid-sized firm. When I say mid-sized firm, someone having around 7 to 10 partners, but again, depending on what kind of clients they handle. So big four or not big four, if you are ready to put your 2 years of effort, working 12 to 14 hours per day, I'm not saying sacrificing, but at that point of time, you may not be able to prepare fully or study fully. You may get 1 or 2 hours per day to prepare for your examination. If you are ready to do that, if you are ready to put on that hard work, definitely you can apply for Big Four. There is no doubt about it. But no, sir, I want to balance my work and study. I need some more time for studies. The last 6 months after articleship may not be sufficient. Please remember, after 2 years of your articleship, you need to have a 6 months gap for the new scheme students, whoever are registering after 1st of July. For you, you need to have a 6 months gap. So that 6 months may not be sufficient for your preparation. Okay. So if you're that kind of scenario, if you're falling into that kind of scenario, then look at mid-sized firm in your city or town, and don't hesitate to relocate from your hometown to other places, or hometown to maybe cities or metros, maybe like Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Coimbatore, Delhi, right, Kolkata. Try, don't hesitate. It's a 2 years thing. You'll get good amount of exposure. You'll learn a lot. Okay, being in a new city, you will actually learn a lot on how to handle things, and you will be more independent. Right now, if a firm is offering only tax return filing and all of that, then I would suggest not to consider. A lot of students also ask, sir, can I take dummy articleship? Now, for this, if somebody is suggesting you to take dummy articleship, then please stay away from those kind of persons. The reason is, with the dummy articleship, you may pass the examination. There is no doubt about it. But when you go for a job interview and when you put something as an experience, and when they ask you questions, when they counter you on some questions, you may not be able to answer them. I remember, so when I was giving ITC interview, I put my hobby as traveling. Then the person asked, where did you travel last? I said, I went to Horsley Hills. That person the interviewer knew about Horsley Hills, and he started asking me more details about Horsley Hills. Now, if I start giving fake answers, it becomes really difficult to manage those situations, right? So Big Four or not Big Four, the criteria I've told you. Join firms where you get more exposure, and then if you want to do industrial training, join firms which will allow you to do industrial training. And very, very important thing, a lot of students, what they miss out or what they do not do is, they do not do a background checking of the firm. They just go and join, and then after some period of time, they realize that they made a mistake. So the partner is troubling us. The partner is not allowing us study leaves. We are working 12 hours a day. All of these problems come subsequently when you do not check for the kind of firm. So very important, figure out from your friends, figure out from your seniors. Sir, how do we get friends who are doing CA? Use your ITOC batch. You have 50-60 members who are attending the batches from your location. Talk to them. Somebody would know someone in that firm who will help you understand what kind of work you get, or whether you should be joining or not joining, right? So that is as far as articleship is concerned. I think I have covered, in detail. And if you have more thing on articleship, you can put it on the comment section, and towards the end of the session, I will definitely be taking that. That is the first issue I wanted to discuss with all of you. The second thing is, sir, what about self-paced online module? I was under old scheme. I have already started articleship. I have already cleared one group. This time I cleared second group. If all of this is your confusion, I'll give a very simple rule of thumb. If you clear CA intermediate, if you have cleared CA intermediate in May 23, or if you have cleared CA intermediate prior to this, IPC, PCC, PE2, whatever you have done, for all of you, set C and set D, both of these are exempted. So you don't need to worry about set C and set D. So what about remaining? For set A and set B, up to May 24, means the first examination that will be conducted. In that examination, you can write it after the exam. So set A and set B can be written after the examination. I have created a detailed video on self-paced online modules. You can go through that. For you, you can do it after examination. From November 24 onwards, you have to do it before the examination. So that is about the self-paced online modules. Now, the next thing is, sir, once I join articleship or before I join articleship, what kind of skills do I need to have? So please remember, in the interview for your articleship, they will ask you questions based on your resume. So you have been, maybe, you have organized something at your college, or you have been, a player in some sport, you have played some cricket, some chess, whatever is authentic, you can put it on that. If you have organized something, if you have participated in some conferences and all, that comes as a value add, right? Then in the interview, they will not ask you in depth about everything. They means, interview may go like this. What is your favorite subject? You may say, sir, accounting. Okay. In accounting, which accounting standard do you like? You may say, let's say income tax, to impress the interviewer. But the moment you say income tax, he may start asking in detail questions of taxation, deferred taxation, current taxation, and all of that. So what you need to understand is, you can drive the interview by giving answers where you are comfortable. So please understand, in an articleship interview, it is not that they are testing your in-depth knowledge. Your knowledge is tested in the examination. They are testing your communication skills. They are testing your skills to handle situations. They are testing how much of stress can you take. They are testing, can you solve problems? So in that direction, the interviews are conducted. So no need to worry about what to learn, but have your basics right. Have your concepts clear. I have seen CS students not able to pass journal entries properly during interviews. So that should not be the situation. You should be in a position to answer basic questions which are asked in the examination, in the interview. And if you don't know something, feel free. Sir, I don't know. Would you help me understand what is the answer? So that kind of an approach that, yes, I'm admitting I don't know. That is also, advisable. So that is how you prepare for interview. Communication is very, very important. That is one thing. That is what you're learning in ITOC. Learn skills like Excel. And I'll tell you, the Excel that you learn in the IT training may not be sufficient, right? So our students, they already had access whenever they purchased group to my course on Microsoft Excel. If you want, you can explore that. Learn Tally. Right? These two are the basic tools. What you should be knowing. Other advanced ERP thing and all, the respective firm will train you on that. So that part you need not worry about. Right. So that is how you should upskill yourself during the articleship period, so that you learn more. You get the chance to learn more from the assignments that you get. Then the next challenge of it, a lot of questions that a student asks is, sir, I'm not able to manage my studies along with articleship. Now this is faced by everybody. Some of the firm in where you're working, you may get to work to study 2 to 3 hours. In other firms, you may not get to study in peak seasons. So how to manage? First thing is, start early. Start early meaning, you have passed your CA intermediate, you have been selected in an articleship firm, you have started your articleship, start your preparation for CA final and now itself. Okay. For which subjects? For subjects like FR, SFM, audit, which does not change. Which doesn't change means less of amendments. DT and IDT, you can do it towards the second year or towards the last 6 months of your examination. The reason why I'm telling you this is, if you keep everything for the last 6 months, I'll give a very, very simple calculation. Each subject, there are 6 subjects. The 6th one is an integrated business solution. All of them are, bulky subjects. I teach FR, so about 200 hours of content. So 200 hours of your watching time, plus another 100 to 150 hours of your practicing time along with the lectures. SFM again, Sriram teaches 200 to 220 hours, 220 to 30 hours, right? Audit would be around 140, 150 hours, 120 to 130 to 150 hours. So all of these are heavy. And please remember, I'm saying that every day you may not get more than 2 hours to study. So if you're getting 300 days to study, you can just complete 2 subjects. And in the next 2 years, you have to at least complete, 3 to 4 subjects. So start as early as possible. Okay. Decide on what kind of classes you want to take, and then as early as possible, start your lectures. But sir, we don't get time to study. Whenever you get time, see, it is not that every day you will have full day of working. There will be 1 hour, 2 hour in between where you may be free time. Client is not giving data. You are at the client place. Client is not giving data. You're waiting. Don't waste your time. At that point of time, just smartly start your lectures and complete the course. The reason I'll tell you, just 2 weeks back, I was addressing a group of article students in one of my CA firms, about 45 of them. They have exams in coming May. Okay, not this November, coming May, and they have not yet completed more than 1 subject. And now the problem is, when to study, when to revise, all of that becomes, and suddenly everything accumulates towards the end. So my humble submission is, start as early as possible. In the next 2 years, plan to complete 3 to 4 subjects. And then in the last 6 months or 6 to 8 months, depending on your attempt, you plan for DT and IDT, because those come with maximum amendment. And also, if possible, complete the self-paced module parallelly. Don't wait for May 24 exams to get over and then do it. That is one thing on the study side, right? So that part you have to take care, because delaying means then you will be delaying your attempt. So you should not be doing that. Even if you're thinking of self-study, like I did self-study, I started my self-studies immediately after I started my articleship. So that is the approach you should take to manage your articleship and study. Sir, we are not getting time. Yes, you will get 1 hour, 2 hour, you will get a Sunday. Whatever time you get, you have to utilize that time. And the effort you put in these 2 years will determine your result. Your result will be decided by what you do now. It will not be decided by what you will do after 2 years. Today, what you will do, these actions will culminate into your final result whenever you write your attempt. Now, one question what students again have is, sir, when will be my final attempt? So if you have registered in July, for example, July 23 to July 25, 2 years of articleship, then 6 months of study period is what ICAI has prescribed. So July plus 6 months makes it January. So you will be writing your examination in May 26. Okay. So that is the examination attempt for you. So accordingly plan your studies and ensure that you are able to handle them. Right. Then, so that was as far as the study period is concerned. And we have spoken about articleship, interviews, self-paced modules, and your articleship period. Learn as much as possible. This is the phase where you will learn. Even if you make mistakes, you can learn. After you become chartered accountant, you make mistakes, then you know all sorts of penal provisions and all of that are given in the Companies Act. And one more thing, self-paced module, which is your law, the set A thing, try to do it as early as possible, because that will help you in your articleship. Okay, because without understanding law, you will not be able to audit. Right. So that is what I had to communicate from my side to all of you who have successfully cleared May 23 examination. Now, there are some questions. I'll just take the questions what you have asked. Okay, so let me take. So Sandeep has a question. Group 2 inter not prepared. Can I prepare and give in a limited time, or is it beneficial May 24? So, okay, group 2. So if you have not cleared group 2, you have still time. You have 4 months time. Give this 4 months best of your shots, 3.5 months, and write the examination. If you postpone it to May, you will be again delaying your articleship and everything by 6 to 8 months time. That way. Sir, I cleared my inter group 2 and commenced my articles on June 20th, just before the cutoff. Okay. Looking forward to start my final preparation with Indigo Learn. When to start, sir, and register for final? So Parvesh, so when to start preparation? As I told you, this is the time to start. Okay. I know you might be thinking, sir, why are you asking us to study 2 years in advance? Because you have limited time. Just calculate on your own. 2 hours per day is what you will get to study. 300 days in a year is when you will study. 600 hours. In 600 hours, you'll be able to complete only 2 subjects. We have to complete 6 subjects in the next 2.5 years. So plan, take subject by subject if you want, take multiple subjects if you want, and then start your preparation. And we give you that flexibility, right? You can watch on mobile whenever you want. You can watch on laptop whenever you want, right? And if you're at especially I'll tell you, when you're traveling, when you are at your client's place, a lot of time what happens is you will be waiting for some information from the client. And why do you want to waste that time that is available? So better use it to the best extent possible. Then Yashwant, sir, I've cleared group 1 in December 21 and group 2 in May 23. Very good. And 1 year articleship is already completed. Now, if I register for final, how many years articleship will be applicable and when can I write the examination? So Yashwant, you are under the existing, that is the old scheme. Now, I'll not call it existing. You are under the old scheme. Now, under the old scheme, we have to complete 3 years of articleship. 3 years of articleship you have to complete. You will not be entitled for 2 years, 3 years articleship. Sir, when can I write my examination? So December, 1 year articleship is already completed now. So assuming July 23 or 1 year articleship is completed, July 24, second year will be completed, or June 24, I don't know your timing. Then count 6 more months. So you have to complete 2.5 years of articleship for your final attempt. And you have to complete full 3 years of articleship. Sir, I am interested in teaching. Can I go for teaching together with articleship? Aarti. Okay, very good. You can go ahead depending on the time available with your firm. And then, you should discuss with the principal that is, I want to take one more assignment of teaching. And definitely, and if you're interested to work in content role, even before teaching on a freelancer basis, please send your resume to careers@indigolearn.com. We would be evaluating resume, and we can discuss that. Sir, I started articleship and cleared group 1, and if I clear group 1 November 23, set C and D. So I told you whatever, just a second. Yeah, if you start your articleship, and whether or not you start your articleship, if you clear CA intermediate by November 23, set C and set D are exempted. Even if you are cleared prior to that. So till November 23, whoever has cleared CA intermediate will get set C and set D as exempted. Suraj, your okay, Suraj SK, your message has been retracted. If you can post it again, I'll take up that question. I cleared in May 23. When should I write self-paced online module? Self-paced online module for CA final students who are writing in May 24, they can write after May 24 examination. But for everybody else, you have to write before the examination. So think of it. You are not only preparing for 6 subjects, you are also preparing for those 2 self-paced online modules. So even if you take 300 hours per subject for 8 subjects, 2400 hours is the preparation time. So very important that you complete self-paced online modules also simultaneously. Institute will come out with more guidelines. They'll come out with the videos, exams, and all of that. As and when we get an update, we'll definitely let you know. Articleship period to get COP, that provision has been dropped. So with 2 years after that, you don't need to do any further articleship. Are self sets completely MCQ based? MCQ based, and I think it's open book. You can take it from home as well. Self-paced module I have already covered. Then when the self-paced module exam will be conducted May 24 attempt, I am eligible. See, for May 24, Institute has clarified that you can write it after the exam also. So Institute has not yet announced the timelines and dates at which you would be they would be conducting the test. So we need to wait for some more time. As and when we get an update, we'll just share with you. Attempt matters in articleship. See, generally some firms have policies that 2 attempts, 3 attempts, but a lot of medium-sized firms do take even with more than 3 attempts. So that should not be a concern. Can we change the firm after joining in articleship if I feel uncomfortable at any moment? So Insta Trends, I don't know what's the name. Insta, I'll call you Insta. So this is what I was referring to at the beginning of my session, that you have to inquire about. Now, can we change within 1 year? It is easier to change. So if you have not yet completed 1 year, please do the necessary formalities, take approval, and then do it. But after 1 year, it is based on reasons. You can't say that I'm not comfortable. So based on reasons like relocation of parents, health issue, that issue, that is a slightly long process. Okay. So if it's less than 1 year, please get it done. Sir, articleship term after May 23. So from 1st of July, if you're registering, you will get, you need to do 2 years of articleship. Okay. Then Arati had written something. It got retracted. Okay, if you have any more questions, I would be answering them. Otherwise, I think I'll conclude the session. I'll just wait for a couple of more minutes. Any other question, general career related questions if you have, or if you have any feedback for us, if you have been our student, correct? So you can let us know anything, any question, any query, how to handle this, how to handle that, and all of that. We'll be more than happy to help you on that. So I don't think there are any more questions. Do subscribe to the channel. We'll keep on coming up with content which will help you. So we need to do articles for 2 complete years. Tejas, if yes, 2 complete years. If you start your articleship after 1st of July, not May 23, after 1st of July, on or after 1st of July, you will have to do 2 complete years. After that, you have to take a 6 months gap or 6 months study period, what they say. And then you can write CA final examination. You can do registration after your articleship, no problem. Okay, then I had passed both groups in May 4th attempt with 456 marks. Do I get? Yes, definitely. 456 is a very good score. Okay, 456 is a really good score. So don't worry about that. If you have any location preferences, if it is somewhere around in, let's say, Hyderabad or something, or, some of the firms in Bangalore, we know, someone in Mumbai, we know, you can share, you can let us know. We will try to help you out. Sir, how to improve communication skills? So here I'd like to just share my own experience. Earlier, I used to pronounce communication as communication. So communication, organization, that is how my pronunciation used to be. And very, very scared to, not scared, I would say. I would be, just speak whenever there is a crowd, not very comfortable in addressing the crowd. So how did I improve? I improved by communicating. The way to improve anything is by practicing. So if I'm poor at communication, or if you feel that you are not able to communicate, start communicating. So where do we communicate? You have opportunities in ITOC, there you can communicate. You work in firms, there you can communicate. Whenever there is a thing possible, ask questions, attend sessions, attend webinars, attend seminars. That is how you will improve your communication. Then second thing is watch English, if possible, news channels, but the news channels will actually, spoil your mind. So you can watch some English, movies or series which you like, or, take classes in English. That is one thing I would suggest, that, if you have to improve your English communication, take classes in English rather than in regional language. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not against, learning in the mother tongue, but if you have to improve English, you have to start participating in English. Initially, you will find it difficult. Take a dictionary, understand, watch it slowly. I never used to follow English movies till I was in 12th standard. Okay, and today, if you ask me, I can easily follow, I can easily understand the dialogues. Now, the more exposure you get to English as a language, that is how you will be able to, communicate better in English, right? So that is one thing, which you can do. And 456 is a good marks, I've already told you. Then I need to write my CA final May 25. When can I attend for self-paced? Before the examination. So I would suggest ideally around May 24, around that point of time, you finish your self-paced online modules and complete the examination. So that towards the end, you should not be stuck because of the self-paced online modules. Sir, when is my final attempt if I commenced on June 28th, 23? So June 20th. So June 20th means just before the cutoff. So June 20, June 23, June 24, June 25, right? Then July, August, September, October, November, December. So May 26 will be your attempt. Parvesh. May 26 will be your attempt. Sir, I'm eligible for May 24. There are set A, set B in paper 6. Can we request institute to remove them temporarily for May 24? I didn't understand when you say set A, set B in paper 6. Paper 6 has integrated business solutions. Set A and set B are self-paced online modules. So Farhana Sheikh, if you're writing CA final in May 24, you can write the self-paced online modules after May 24 examination. Okay, Ria, I didn't get your question. Communication, I think I have responded. If there is any more question, Ria, you can put it out. When will self-paced online module registration commence? So that is registration along with final itself. So when you register for final, SPOM registration should happen simultaneously. Yes, you can give multiple attempts for self-paced online modules, and those marks will not be added in your CA final mark sheet. Sir, I like to focus on group 1 along with self-paced module for May 24. Yeah, that is a good enough strategy. That's not a problem. We will get COP after 2 years of completion of articleship and clearing final. Yes. Thanks for giving India's 19 on YouTube. Oh, thanks a lot. And yes, we are actually, we have created a dedicated channel for CA final students so that, the content doesn't get mixed up between inter and final. So you can start as, it is nice that Amrita, you benefited it a lot. So those of you who are listening to this session, if you want to understand India's 19 in the best possible way, I would say, because I was scared of that standard, AS 15, I was literally scared. So the entire 8.5 hours of animated content with all ICI illustration, with annual report references, everything has been discussed. It is available on YouTube. You can search on it and you can watch it. In fact, Institute in the new syllabus, they have added extracts of annual report, which I have been teaching for the last 3 years. So the day I started teaching financial reporting, I had taught from annual report, and that is what Institute has brought in. Paper 6 open book or not, we need more clarity, because if you say open book, you have to carry 7 books. Okay, so maybe they will allow you to carry some material, specific material. So that way. So Farhana, in the new syllabus in paper 6, you have all the 8 subjects, including Set A and Set B. So you need, and see, one more thing you need to understand is you don't need too in-depth knowledge of those two, but then some knowledge of that would be needed for Set C and Set D. Sir, I heard that we need to do 1 year of articleship after clearing CA final to get COP. No, that was earlier. Proposed scheme, they had said you have to do 1 year of articleship. Now it is not needed. Now it is not needed. Right. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's it as far as the questions are concerned. If you have more questions, just go to our website, put it in the forum section. I will personally handle those queries. And if required, we'll come once more live after we get the transition exemptions. See, exemptions, especially for a CA final, for all of you, it is afresh, so there is no need to worry at all. Set C and Set C D, no need to write. No. So till November 23, if you clear CA intermediate, Set C and Set D, no need to write. First exam of CA final in May 24, you can write after your CA final examination. Yes, welcome Suraj. Yes, in paper 6, Set A and Set B subjects are there, Farhana Sheikh, I understand that. So what you need to do is, you may not require so much of in-depth knowledge into those 2 subjects. And whenever you're answering, so I'll tell you my experience. I have written integrated case studies when I did, CIMA, that is, the Management Accountant, Chartered Institute of Management Accountants of UK. So there I have written integrated case studies. I have also created integrated case studies for some of the, tutors in UK. I have created case studies for SCMP paper of CA final in the 2017 edition of, ICI when they launched the new syllabus. So you may not be required to have expert knowledge in those 2 sets for paper 6. Okay, we will get some more clarity when the scheme is around, the sample case studies are given. We'll have more clarity on that. Okay. Yes, a lot of students are not getting final registration as open because I think there is some migration related issue as far as I understand. So please raise a ticket in SSP help desk. So when you raise a ticket in SSP help desk, that is when they will be, guiding you. So, if at all there is an error. Generally, transition of marks takes time. So for now, you registered for your CA articleship. If you have already registered, continue your articleship. And subsequently, once the registration window opens, you can register for it. So Farhana, I completely understand your point that, A and B subjects, they have made optional and then they will test it as a part of integrated business solutions. So one suggestion would be to have an overview of those 2 subjects when you prepare for it. But yes, everything will not be tested in depth in those particular 2 in the IBS, that is integrated business solution. Okay, thanks a lot, everyone. If you have found value in the video, please do like the video, share it with your friends. And more questions we are happy to take at our forum. And please subscribe to our CA Final channel, One Fin by Indigo Learn CA Final. We'll also be sending out the links for that. And final specific things, gradually we'll move to the new channel. Thank you.